All right, thanks for joining today. Today we're going to be doing some belly boating for muskie. So went to a local lake here and did a lot of kicking. Spent 7 hours one day and 5 hours the next. So legs were tired, but I did get after the muskie and I did do it in a belly boat. So lots of fun, had some success here today. Hope you liked the video. Thanks. It's a windy day today. You might be able to see the waves out there. And I'm headed that way. So that means I'm going to be going against the wind if I get in that water. So there's a path over here. I'm going to give that a shot, see if I can take that pretty far. But I have no idea how far it's going to go. But my plan is to fish up by the dam here and let that wind blow me back. So hopefully that path's going to give me good access to it. And today what we're fishing for is muskie. Muskie out of the belly boat. So we're going to give this a shot, see if it can happen. I don't see an easy way that's going to be realistic to bring a net. So it's going to be crazy if I actually catch one. But that's what I'm here for today. So hopefully it happens. We'll see. All right. Here we go. We're going to see how far this path goes. Well, the path didn't go too far. I'm not surprised. Made about a half a cove. It didn't really help me a whole bunch, but hey, that's the way it rolls. Time to start fishing and kicking. So one of the toughest things I need to figure out is how to do a figure 8 at the boat in a belly boat. I haven't done that yet, so I gotta figure that out. Actually wearing a glove on my left hand today. I don't have a net, so I'm gonna have to lift them by his gills, and this will sort of help me protect my hands a little bit from all those sharp pieces inside of muskie's mouth if I catch one. But let's try this figure 8. It's the first cast. You'll see too, I got polarized glasses on today. That's going to be important, so I can check out any follows. Keep an eye on that. I made sure to bring these today, where sometimes you don't need them being this low, but it could be really important. We'll see. So as you know, the muskie is the fish of 10,000 casts, and here I am getting in my numbers. I'm probably at about 80,000 in my life, but finally something went my way muskie fishing, and it was on. Hell yeah! First muskie ever, right there, fellas. Happens to be in the belly boat. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
that? How about them apples, folks? Well, they smell like a pike. I don't know, baby. Side to side. Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, these weren't huge muskie.
How about that, huh?
But they're still 3 foot long, and it's the first muskie that I've caught. It's doable. And of course, I'm in my belly boat, so it makes it a lot more interesting.
Woo, baby! Glad I got the glove on. Glad I got the glove on. All right. So I'd say from right about there to right about there. Let's see here. That looks to me about 33 inches. That'd be my best guess. Maybe 33 and a half, depending. It was bent. But I'll take that. I'd say that. I'll take that all day long.
So what I'm showing you here is how far I've actually made it. Way down there in the distance is the parking lot that I started from, so I've kicked for hours to get up here against the wind. You can see the wind's kicking it pretty good there. So here we go for day 2. After spending 7 hours on day 1, it was pretty sore, but I definitely wanted to keep going after it. So I went to the lower lake, went into that parking lot, got started there because I could cross the lake a little bit easier and get to the steeper banks and get fishing really early here, as you can see. So the reason why I want to get started early was because I was throwing a walking bait, much like a Zara spook for bass, but wanted to get it before the sun came up, and this is the reason why. These hits are awesome. They'll come up and smash at that bait and they'll miss it. And a lot of times what you do is you stop the bait. You got to resist the urge to set the hook until you feel the weight. And a lot of times what happens is that muskie will do a circle, come back up underneath it and hit it. Unfortunately, it didn't work this time, but as you can see, I went after that. Back after that area probably 8 or so times trying to get that thing to hit. Just sort of moved on. And the plan here was go ahead and fish some other areas and come back to that same cove that I got that hit. And that's exactly what I did. Turns out that part worked out for me really well.
Oh, baby. Oh, man.
But before all that happened, I had a first. I had a catfish come
God.
up and smash that walking bait on top. It was just sitting there. It got side hooked. You can see here, I'm excited. I thought it was the day. This was the day. I thought it was going down. I thought this was a fish. I thought this thing was a monster. Turns out, I finally got to the boat, and it was a catfish. Got him side hooked after he came and swiped at that thing. And I've thrown a walking bait a ton of times, thrown a Zara spook a ton of times, never had a catfish come up and hit that thing. So you can imagine I was pretty disappointed. I thought I had that fish on, and it turns out it was a catfish.
Catfish? A catfish. You gotta be kidding me.
So it took me about 2.5, maybe 3 hours to get back to that original spot, that original cove that I was at. The plan worked.
Got him. Oh, baby, I got him. Gotta keep him out of that log. Under my feet. Woo, baby. Look at that. Right in the mouth, baby. Feel like he's gonna make another run here, fellas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How about that? Hmm? Number 2. A little bit bigger this time. From the edge of that guy. About an inch past this orange. Size that belly.
So what happens after a long fight like this, especially on a muskie, they get tired, they can't really move all that well, and they're not going to get in the water and get the water moving through the gills. So you can see what I do here is grab his tail and just move him back and forth and get that water moving over his gills so that he can get the oxygen that he needs to catch his breath, get his strength back, and then kick off nice and safe. So you don't want to just dump him right back into the water, because he ends up just turning over and he's not moving. That way he doesn't have water over his gills. But this is a way that you do that with any fish really that's been through a little bit of a fight, and shows that he's fatigued. So you just get him back in shape before you let him go, and off you went.
That's fun. Looks like about another 34. A little bit bigger that time. Still tons of fun. I don't know if you can see or not. That's basically the last shade that I could find. That's exactly where he was.
So after that fish, I pretty much thought I was finished for the day. It was getting on to be about 11 o'clock or so, and I was getting pretty tired, of course. Had a 3-hour drive home. So I thought, what in the heck would ever happen again, right, after catching 2 fish in 2 days? And I'm just basically fishing my way out of this cove, and I ended up getting 2 more follows from fish that came all the way up to the belly boat, and I tried to do a little bit of a figure 8, but I was a little bit lazy because I was tired. So I probably missed at least 1 fish that seemed like he was going to be really active. Might have came after that bait, but I definitely had 2 follows all the way to the boat. I only had 2 follows the entire weekend, and it was right here at the very end when I thought I was just hanging it up for the day and just casting just because that's what you do when you head out. So always pay attention, get that figure 8 in, and make sure that you're fishing hard all the way to the end. Thanks again for watching.